All right, wine review time. Welcome back to another edition and episode. Hammy and I, happy you're tuning in and hope you enjoy this review. We're going to talk today about, we're going to go back to France. We're going to go specifically to the Bordeaux region, but a little area just west of Bordeaux. Remember, Bordeaux is on the southern west side of the country of France, and the Bordeaux region has some smaller regions inside of it. So this is from Saint-Emilion. And this is a small area just outside, actually just west of Bordeaux specifically. And I picked this bottle for a couple reasons. One, it's a new bottle for me, but two, I want to break down some myths for you. There's some confusing verbiage that could be out there. Now, the chateau where this was made, Wes L'Annonciation, is a 2016. We got that. We know it's made in France, specifically in the Bordeaux region. This is a blend. It's going to be a blend of 3 different great red grapes that come together in beautiful, sweet harmony. You have 80% of this is made up of Merlot, 15% from Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% from Cab Franc. 3 red grapes blended together in precision, beautiful. They come together, and apparently they just sing to you. We're going to find out though when we give it its rating, give it its score. But what I wanted to break down for you is a little bit about the verbiage that you can see on a label. You might hear things like Premier Cru, Grand Cru, first growth. You'll hear a lot of different verbiage, and I think a lot of it usually just confuses people because you don't know. And when you see the word Grand Cru like you do here, you're probably thinking, oh, it's got to be better. And to break it down for you, in different regions of Italy, Germany, and France, they will use these specific titles based on how stringent the process is for their winemaking. So if I open up a winery, depending on how strict I am with my production methods, I can be considered a Grand Cru. There are 64 Grand Cru vineyards in Saint-Emilion where you will find Wes L'Annonciation. There's 16 Premier Grand Crus, which is even a further layer and level that they've established in those vineyards to creating their wine in very, very strict standards. So don't let it confuse you. If you see a bottle of wine that says Grand Cru and it happens to have a higher price tag, it's not because of the Grand Cru. I mean, technically it is, because they are making their wine in a much more strict fashion, adhering to certain rules. Now, I've talked before in other episodes about the IGT, the DOCG. I've talked about these different things. I want to keep breaking them down when I see the bottles that I can bring in and introduce, give you a rating on, but then also be able to tell you a little bit more about it so you can decipher and see through that misty fog, trying to understand what it is that you're looking at. Again, in the end, guys, don't forget, it's just wine. It's fermented grapes. In this case, done to a higher level of production, why it has the Grand Cru denomination there that you see. And in this case, we're looking at a blend. 80% Merlot, as I said, 15% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Cab Franc. This is a new one for me. I'm looking forward to trying it. It is, from Bordeaux. Their reds are pretty powerful, strong reds, typically dark in color, some great ruby color to it, but also a very strong flavor to it. If you like your bigger body wines, you're probably going to find that you like a wine from the Bordeaux region, or in this case, the Saint-Emilion region, this Grand Cru that we have here. You're looking at about a $25 price tag on this one, and it's about average. And what are you going to eat with it? I mean, hell, any bottle of wine's good just by itself. Ask me, I'll tell you that very well. But this is going to be great if you're having a steak, if you're having a burger, any of your red meats, your heavier meats will go great. They'll really have a nice touch to them when you complement those red meats with your Bordeaux red wine, your specific, as I said, Saint-Emilion region in this case. Let's get it cracked open, let's get it rated, and let you guys go out and enjoy the rest of your day. Keep tuning in to the drinkaday.club and following us. There's a lot of people that have been following and liking and adding on. We all appreciate that, whether it's through one of the social media outlets, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or directly right on drinkaday.club. The team there is really getting a lot of good feedback and passing along some questions to me. And that's, again, I want to help break down and demystify these things. So one of the questions we got was, what's the difference between a bottle of wine from France that says just the label? What's the difference if it says Grand Cru? What's the difference if it says Premier Cru? Specific to Bordeaux, I've given you that breakdown. It's funny, the French love to do what they can to confuse you in this case because different rules apply in Burgundy. And we'll cover that when we get to a Burgundy bottle. Different rules apply when you look at Italian wines that use that verbiage, or German wines, We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think that's the right saying. Is that right? It is? It is right. Okay. Bottle opening time. Let's go. We have a real cork alert. Most beautiful sound right there. We do have a real cork here for you. There it is. Pretty nifty looking cork. Nice and spongy. People often will ask, do you sniff the cork? Well, if you smell it, it smells like wine that's been sitting against cork for a long time. Typically what you want to do with a cork, if it's a real cork, is squeeze it. If it's dry and brittle, there's a chance that air could have gotten into the bottle, which would have spoiled it over time. You want to make sure you have a nice, soft, spongy cork. Hopefully that helps you as well. Right, wine review time. Let's get into tasting it. One sip. Everybody knows the rules. I'm dribbling, pick it up, clean it up, clean it up. That doesn't count. All right, one sip, guys. Here we go. 2016 Bordeaux blend from Saint-Emilion, Wes L'Annonciation is what we're calling here. Cheers, everybody. Dry. Beautiful taste going in, but also leaves your mouth feeling like it's dry, which some people like. I personally prefer that. So you know I'm liking this wine. All right, 2016 Saint-Emilion Bordeaux blend, Wes L'Annonciation. Going 7.3? 7.3. 7.3 is a good score. Nice bottle of wine. $25 price point if that's what you're looking for. Remember the lessons learned there from the Bordeaux region. You good? You good? I'm good. I'm out of here. That's a wine review.